Hello there friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video we will discuss inheritance and polymorphism. As we know that OOPS has four main pillars: abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism and inheritance. So in this video we are going to discuss inheritance and polymorphism. Let's start with inheritance. What is inheritance? We have already know in biology there is a term gene transformation. That means from parent to their child, always gene transform. Suppose if parents has some good qualities, then it must be transferred to his or her child. This is genuine, and this is called gene transformation. And suppose if someone is not of good nature, then it may be effect to his child also because of gene. Or if there is any disease which is genetic to a parent, then it will transform to his or her child also. Let's move to the next part, which is polymorphism. So we must know that polymorphism is a Greek word, and the meaning of poly means many and morphism means form. That means many forms. This means the same function or method can behave differently based on the type of object it is called upon. In Python, there are mainly three polymorphisms manifest. So first is method overriding, second is function overriding, and third is duck typing. We will discuss all of this, but right now we have to focus on the main program which I have written here. The main meaning of the polymorphism means this one function, that means any function or method will work differently according to their situation, or you can say demand of situation. Let's start the program. Here you can see that I have created three classes. First is class person, second is class student, and third is class teacher. Let me show you something. If we want to inherit something or inherit from the parent class, then we have to give some, like I'm going to give an example here. So suppose I'm going to create a class followed by class name. Suppose room. Self, which will refer to the current instance created on this class, on which to access this class, and then room will be a size, not lane. Name. Okay. This is my class attributes. Then dot now this is my parent class, and now I'm going to create another class where I can also give a method does display underscore itself. This is my method which I'm going to create. Great. Suppose let me comment verb lines. Suppose I'm doing here, and now I will call another class. This class will be structure. Here in the classroom, I have to give here parenthesis. In parenthesis, I need to give the name of the class, which is room. This is my parent class, and I am going to inherit this. Suppose I'm giving just self and height. Here I give height. Now self, not self. To call the parent class attributes, I need to use super dot. Now within parenthesis, length, comma, breadth. Is there any mistake? Yes, I did a mistake. I need to give here parenthesis. More important thing, I have to give here all the parameters like length, comma, breadth, comma. Now, first let me write this and self dot height equals to height. This is it. So here we have, well, let me comment this line. It is not needed right now. We will use it later. First, when we are trying to call the parent class, we need to, or the attributes, class attributes for the parent class, we need to use the super method with parenthesis. That means when we are creating another class and we are going to inheritance or using inheritance, so we need to write the class name of the parent class name within parenthesis. That's why I have written here room within parenthesis. So again, I have created my constructor and given the parameters self, length, breadth, height, and you know that this self will refer to the room instance. Okay, now, so to call the parent class attributes, I need to use super. That's why I have used here, and I use the constructor, and within parentheses I have given the parameters which I have taken, or which I have created in the first class, that is room. So length, breadth, and height, because you know that height is not present in the class room, so I have to give it, or I have to take it here. So that's why I have written self dot height, assigning operator height. That means we are constructing, or we are taking the attribute here. So now, what is the function of super method? I mean, what it will work. So first it will call the parent class, and that means the control will go to the parent class, which is in line number 3, or sorry, the class 2, but the control will go to the line number 3, and it will pick, or it will get the, or access the value of class attributes length and breadth. This is the function of super method. And now we can use the self dot, the attributes like length and breadth, and for height we have already defined here the attribute, so it will be easy to us. Or and now I have put an instance room, and the name would be structure of the last class. That means this is my child class, so I have given here the name of the child class, and I'm passing the parameters, which is the first is my length, second is my breadth, and third is my height. You can also take the user input. If you want, you can take user input. It will not differ. So now I'm going to print the length, breadth, and height. So let's check, will it work or not. So you can check the length, breadth, and height. We access the parent class using the inheritance, and this is my child class structure and this is my parent class room. So you can, if we use method here, then we need to override here. I have already told you method overriding. So if you want to use here method, so you have to go to method overriding. But right now, this is how we can inherit or use inheritance in our program. Actually, I wanted to discuss the fourth program on the oops part, but if I start explaining the fourth program, then it will be very long. So that's why I need to stop here. So this is for this video, and in next video we will discuss the next program, which is based on inheritance and polymorphism, and also we will go through the overriding, method overriding. Now let me write here something. I'm going to comment here that calling the parent constructor. Okay. So by using the super method, we are calling the constructor of the parent class. Parent class constructor. Class constructor. Right. This is good. If you want, we can create another class, and also suppose we are creating here any other class, and then this room will be parent class, and also the structure will be the parent class. Suppose I choose a color. I'm going to choose a color as a class color, and because I want to inheritance, so I have to give it in parenthesis structure. Now it will inheritance, or it will inherit the parent class, which is room, and also structure. As I have created my class, so I have to use the constructor, and I have to create the constructor. So def self height, comma, color. Now we know that we can call the constructor using the super method. So I'm going to use this super dot so I have given within parentheses the parameters like length, width, and height, because I want to inherit these three things. So now self dot color equals to color. So now using a super method, we can call the constructor of the parent class, which is room, or that means this self, length, and breadth, and also the height, because here I have already created another class. Right now, you know what? This would be my child class, that means color. The class color would be my child class, and the class room and structure would be parent class. That means they will treated as parent class. So to access, or to call to get the class attributes length, breadth, and height, I have to call the constructor of the parent class room and structure. And we have no color attribute, I mean class attribute as color. So that's why I have defined here class dot color, sending operator color. Now let me add here the color also. Add a color. Color. But I have to give the name as the parent, so the child class, that means color. I have to pass the parameter, the value. You can take the user input, it is absolutely fine. Okay. Let's run the program. Yeah, you can check here, length 25, breadth 80, height 50, color pink. It's absolutely okay. Or if you want to take user input, you can add here, no problem. Suppose I'm asking the user to give the input. Length of type integer. I have to typecast here because we know that input is an inbuilt function of Python. So whatever input the user will give, it will be by default of type integer. Sorry, by default of type string. Enter length. Enter length. This will be my input. This will be my height. Height. And now I will take the color. Color would be of type string, so it's okay. Color. I don't need to, I have to mention here str. Now I don't need function, so I can remove it. Now I don't need to pass the parameters. I will just pass length, comma, width, height. Something is error. Why it's giving me error? Let me check. Actually, I have given the spelling of length mistakenly error. So let me do correct this. Length length. Now it's good. So I need to print length width, height, color. Color. Let's print. So you're asking on the length. Let me give the length and breadth 50 and height again 50 and color suppose pink, or you can give white. You can check your length 25, breadth 50, height 50 and color white. So in this way we can use inheritance. So that's all for this video. In next video we will discuss a very interesting program based on inheritance and polymorphism. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay happy and healthy. We will meet soon. Take care.